Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have some pre-modern for you. Rodney on Reanimator versus John on Oath Putrid Imp. A piece of art that I nearly purchased years ago. Doesn't exactly pass the sofa test, as they say. Would not end up hanging in my living room. Wouldn't mind having picked that up. Imagine art overall, it's a pretty good investment. I've got a bunch of pieces here at the shop. And Unmask, taking a look here, we see that John, they have already made a crucial error. This Mox Diamond in his hand with no land to accompany it. Mox Diamond is different in pre-modern than in other formats, in that it's not just about the acceleration and potential reusing the lands in the graveyard with effects like Life from the Loam and Renin 6. It's really more about the fact that it fixes the mana. This is a green-white deck, and that Windswept Heath is only going to be able to fetch green or white. There are no Savannas. It's a very different feel than Legacy in that regard. And Ani Marrow Sorcerer has already entered the battlefield here. So Unmask took a shot, cleared the way. Light and Tutor is left, so ideally John would be able to tutor up a Oath of Druids, it, and be able to combat this Ani with his own creatures, and not how it's going to go. We've got a Verdant Force being discarded. This Putrid Imp has been taken care of. Is just a Multani on board. But that is still a big problem. John has 5 cards in hand. This guy is pretty big here. Animate is what actually brought him back just 1 mana. That's Reanimator targets as it blanks probably the best card in the format, Swords to Plowshares. Mox Diamond. Played just to get it out of his hand at this point. Getting life here. That's going to do it. Yeah, brutal misplay to start things out for John. His first time playing pre-modern in a tournament, I believe, and immediately punished for what seemed like not a particularly large decision. Mox Diamond absolutely needed to enter the battlefield. Would have been a completely different game if he was able to tutor up Oath and jam his own Oath. Get to observe John's game throughout the course of the day, and I can tell you his line certainly tightened up as things continued. That was a painful lesson to start off. Just the value of Mox Diamond in this format. So much more than just acceleration or value with getting cards back from the graveyard. One ELD Premodern open with a very similar list to this. Mono Black Reanimator. Just totally different than what most people are doing with Reanimator in this format. His own takes on a couple of different archetypes. A great success, this Reanimator, and then also a Dread Still version, not running Gush, instead running Meddling Mages and Stand Still. And roughshod over the mirror match, being able to flank their Gushes or Swords to Plowshares. Meddling Mage and just outdrawing them with Standstill. Match at hand here is Reanimator, and we are talking about Multani again already. Putrid Imp allows the discard, and he comes right back. John, very few cards in hand, however. He could play this Seal of Cleansing. Get some cards out of hand pretty quick, mitigate the threat that is Multani. Rodney only has a couple of cards, so he could really shrink this and maybe even be able to fend it off with the Mishra's Factory. Swords to Plowshares takes out the Putrid Imp, and now Seal of Cleansing comes down. Not likely to have an impact on the game, but it's getting the card out of his hand. Treetop Village is also on board. He's got this Guy's Blessing stuck in hand. That's not great. And looks like he's actually going to shuffle all of the targets. I don't think I like that. I disagree with that. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to shuffle Swords to Plowshares back in there. It's up to 3 targets. There's an argument for shuffling 0 cards back in. Let me know what you would have done there. Mox Diamond. And now John is hellbent. Multani is facing down 6 opposing power. Treetop Village and Mishra's Factory. Wrong art there. The 4th edition Mishra's. So let's see. Rodney Trade. 6. He's got 5 in hand. Take out 1 of these man lands. The loss of his Multani. Oh, I wish I could see John's life total. Slid off of the playmats there, so not positive. Don't believe he'd be winning this race. He is going to stand up and block. And finish off the factory with a Funeral Charm. +2, -1. Questionable card. Oh, but he brings back, as I'm like staring at Funeral Charm, he's able to quickly reanimate his Multani and get in there for lethal. Yeah, Funeral Charm, kind of underwhelming. I guess it's in there, make your opponent discard a card at instant speed, kind of a critical massive discard along with Unmask, Duress, Thoughtseize, or not Thoughtseize, Cabal Therapy. Yeah. Fair enough. Thank you for watching. For more magic from ELD's Time Vault games, be sure to subscribe and check out more videos just for you over here.